Hey everybody, it's Chris over at Dixieland Farm, and today I was successful at record shopping. I haven't found records really since May, so a little bit before the surgery. I found, I think, one, maybe right after, I'm not sure, but I really haven't gotten anything in the collection. It wasn't because I wasn't looking. I've been going to Goodwill once or twice a week, and this thrift store, I think, once, and nothing. But today I scored 18 records. They were $1 each on Wednesdays, which is today, 10% off. So 10% off $1 is, if you take $1 and 10% is 10 cents. So you take the $1 minus 10 cents, that's 90 cents. 90 cents a record, or 68 pence if you're British. Let's take a look at what I got. First one is Greatest Hits, these Atlantic ones. I don't know, the art's both adorable and annoying at the same time because, you know, it's of its time. These are good comps. I normally don't pick them up. I have one or two. I think I have Super Hits Volume 2. But with those those songs, I couldn't pass it up, so I picked it up. This album, I thought, while I was there, I'm like, I think I've got that one, but it turns out I didn't, so that's good. You know, sometimes you remember records that you were almost going to pick up but didn't. So I think this completes my American Breed collection. I've got the first three albums, so that's cool. I don't know if there's a hit on there. Nice mustache, huh? Sweet. I don't like those guys' eyebrows, though. I don't know why. Walt Disney records, I don't grab them all, but I grab them if they're in good enough shape or odd or bizarre. I've got most of the movie ones with the books in them, and some of the ride ones, and Davy Crockett. So I've got the Davy Crockett series on DVD, and to get Fess Parker on here and Buddy Epson. Absolutely. This is a double. I'm going to see which one's better and give it away. So if they're cheap, and, you know, I know that somebody would want it, I'll usually pick it up. I did leave one or two behind. I left Runt, the Ballad of Todd Rundgren, behind. I didn't want to, I don't know why I decided to leave that one behind, but take this one for somebody. But, yeah. Fresh Air 2. So this is Mannheim Steamroller. We're coming up to Christmas time, and this was like in near mint condition, near mint minus. So, you know what Mannheim Steamroller sounds like, so that's what this will sound like. Couldn't pass it up, just like I couldn't pass up Oliver's Good Morning Starshine, because once I saw the cover, I started singing it, so I'm like, all right, crap, I gotta get it. And they're pushing Gene, but come on, Good Morning Starshine, classic. This record I was sure that I had, and I do. Adam Ant's Friend or Foe. It's got Goody Two Shoes, which is my favorite Adam Ant song. I don't know why. I guess it's kind of lame. But this is a gift for anybody who wants it. And this, I don't know who Eddie Floyd is, but I saw it was on Stax. That's all I needed to know. And look, demonstration, not for sale, with a big, big ass stamp. So, sold. Had to pick it up. And in great condition. A lot of these records, I already wiped them down with the Lysol wipes. They did have surface mold on them. The Lysol wipes take care of that, and me cleaning them will also take care of that. So the T-Bones, I don't know why somebody put a Chiquita sticker on here, but they did. They apparently did an Alka-Seltzer song, and then they just made a quickie album. But when things are in certain labels that you know what to expect and kind of collect, so Liberty, if I see it on Liberty, I grab stuff usually. Flo and Eddie's first solo album, While Rough in the Back, yeah, I know. And I'm going to have to glue that down real quick. I never see the Fluorescent Leach and Eddie album. So, Flo and Eddie. This is right after they left the Mothers. So, they're from the Turtles, as you know, Flo and Eddie. Or maybe you didn't know that. They were from the Turtles. And then they joined Zappa's Mothers band, did the Fillmore album, and we're in 200 Motels? I think so. And this is a promo, a white label promo on Reprise. And again, you know, moldy enough where I probably would have left it home, but I never see this. And it looks like the radio station kind of put green marker or some kind of magic marker on the cuts they probably did not want to play. That is not a scratch. It's probably bad language because that was right. You know, they just left the Mother's Band, and that was a dirty period for Frank. Lee Hazelwood. So everyone knows who Lee Hazelwood is. You don't know who Lee Hazelwood was? Well, besides writing These Boots Were Made for Walking, he's just an oddball underground guy, and him singing his own songs here on MGM. Too cool. Have this record. I know I had this record, but I picked it up because it was a promo. Not a white label, but it is a promo with the play strip. So Laura Nero, New York Teddyberry, adorable there, isn't she? So singer, songwriter, very influential, and a nut. She was really nuts in the studio, and she couldn't be contained as an artist. Promises album contains lyrics within. It doesn't. It is on a 2i. I think mine is not a 2i, but I don't know that for sure. And this record is a saga for me. I've already talked about this in the past. If you are a fervent viewer of my channel, how I ended up buying a 3-set kind of sampler from Capitol just to get this record. And then I find Music from Big Pink by the band at the thrift store for 90 cents. And it is a rainbow first pressing. It is in VG condition. It will clean up just fine, and too cool to actually have the real record. Just wonderful. I like this album better than the second album. A lot of people like the second album better. I prefer this album. I've got more of this band than I should. I've gone on and on about how great The Plan and Crazy Horses is. So when I saw the Osmonds Homemade, I think this is their second or third album, I picked it up. The Osmonds, just like the Cowsills, are better than they should be. But that's because they had professionals helping them along the way, and they did very well. They played well. Freaked out when I saw this. I'm like, out of all the thrift stores, this is a Christian church thrift store, and not a rural part of North Carolina, but in a not urban, to see the Standells' greatest hits with tracks from their 5 albums plus a couple unreleased. Roddy Bingenheimer had something to do with this, and this is near mint. Maybe that's why it's near mint, because it's in a place that you wouldn't expect it. Obviously a cutout. Cool. I am having trouble knowing the sound of this song, but I know the song, so I picked it up. I can't recall it right now. I know when I'll play it, I'll go, oh, that's what it is. So 98.6 by Keith. And it's got 98.6 and Ain't Gonna Lie on it. So again, one-hit wonder, just like Oliver, and not Psych, despite what the cover may be looking like. This is pop schmaltz at best. And there was a guy there going through records. He had a bigger stack of records. Luckily, he was going for old country. And when I talked to him afterwards, after I was done picking, he said, oh yeah, I like a lot of different music, and I like old country and jazz. Well, he obviously didn't know that Gabar's Osbo or the Impulse label is jazz. So this is classical jazz guitar, and wonderful. And anything on proper Impulse with the gatefold pickup. So awesome. One of those albums that I've never found cheap in good condition, and I'm not a huge fan anyway, but the Supremes a go-go. So it's got This Old Heart of Mine, You Can't Hurry Love. They do get Ready and Hang On Sleepy too. And These Boots Are Made for Walking. Too cool. So yeah, I've got like the greatest hits of the Supreme by Motown and a couple other Supreme records. Not being a big enough fan, I've got more Supremes than you would think. And the next two are definite finds. Saltwater Taffy. So this is bubblegum pop, and you can tell because it's on Buddha Records. And I'm like, oh, I think this is the first one I found. I'm like, oh, there's gonna be stuff here today, and crap, grabbed it. and also surprised that this record was there, Animalization by the Animals. So Don't Bring Me Down, which I think is my favorite Animals record, and produced by Tom Wilson and Val Valentin. Everyone knows those people are quite involved with MGM's roster. Those are my finds, everybody. The trick to thrift store digging is to constantly go once a week if you can. And there is junk all the time. And then every once in a while there's good stuff. And so there was good stuff. Next finds for me, unless I luck out, is there is a record show, but it's like a day before my vacation starts. And I don't know, that it feels too decadent for me. Plus, I don't know if I can bend down to the thrift bins at the record show with my knee. So I don't want to really wave my butt in the air, kind of pivoted down. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll go. Maybe I won't go. A few record shows ago, I guess it was a year, maybe 2 years ago, there was a guy who had great records, but they were in terrible condition, and they were all $1. And I went hog wild. I got like 40 of them because my computer that repairs the audio live while I'm listening could handle bad records. So I'm more than happy to get a G or VG record if it is something cool. Again, I don't bring home stuff that I don't want. So I do want all of this stuff that I brought home. And if you're new to my channel, if it's more than a few bucks, it's very rare for me to pick it up. Most of my collection behind you, were all thrift store finds. They were under $5, at antique malls and whatnot. It's very rare for a record to be over $5. Very unusual to be over $2 in my collection. I've rambled long enough. Everyone, talk to me. That's what we're here for. That's what I'm here for. I don't know if that's what you're here for. You may be just watching at home, watching on your cell phone. But if you do want to talk to me, just comment below, because I'll talk back to you. That's what I do these videos for. Everybody, take care.